Because of the shocking nature of the following scenes, they are definitely not recommended for the squeamish or the easily offended.
Celtic Guardian.
It's CG for short.
Hello YouTube, I'm the Celtic Guardian suffering minor pain, and I've got a brand new camera now, so that means I can film to you on location in scenic A Blue Room. Now today I'm going to be commenting on one of our most common social phobias and one of our biggest gaming wet dreams. If you think it's A, aliens, press 1. If you think it's B, zombies, press 2. If you think it's C, robots, press 3. Don't worry, I'll give you some time to do it. You done? Okay, let's look at the results. No! When you see the title of the video, it's House of the Dead, not... Screw this! Screw it! I'm done! No!
So, zombies. Zombies. They're on almost everything nowadays, and it's pretty obvious as to why. They're as close as you can get to killing people for fun without holding the guilt of actually killing a person. They're nice and fleshy, so when you shoot them and they go... you could think, sure, that bloody explosion made me feel satisfied, it did. And since they're undead, you can also think, well, that to kill him, it was a zombie-like, for his own good. What's wrong with you people? Now, it's true that zombies can be used in some more serious contexts, but most of the time they're there for fun. Nowhere is that more true than the House of the Dead series, a fun series of light gun zombie shooting gorefest. These games are well known for various reasons, whether it's their terrible voice acting,
You're meeting G over there.
their fast-paced combat, or, at least for me, the boss fight. This series has got a whole host of boss fights, and I'm going to cover every single one of them. Now, a few quick rules for this list. First of all, repeat battles with the same boss will be taken into account with just the single boss, including updates or changes. Second, the spin-off games will be ignored, so no pinball or typing of the dead, or that Zobio and Zobico thing that apparently existed. Now, let's lock and load. Number 28. Meet Katie, as in meat light steak, not Meet Katie, I found her at the bar last night, is lame. I'll give it one thing, the design is original, and shooting it in the other is pretty fun. But aside from that, this boss fight has nothing going for it. Its weak point is easy to shoot, it's slow as molasses, its attacks are simple, and the battle is just really lackluster. Even her death seems kinda stupid. Move over, you dumb cow, we've got better bosses to look at. Number 27. Chariot is as generic as you can get. It's just a zombie in armor with a blade staff. That's it, really. There's nothing more to Chariot than that. They have something original going with him breaking out of his armor, but his design is so bland and he's so easy. You can just unload on him and beat him in under 30 seconds. No, seriously. This one's going nowhere fast. Number 26. You know what? Why do they even add these bosses in the extended cut of House of the Dead Overkill? These two are barely any better than Meet Katie. Okay, zombie strippers. Kind of a fun concept, but this fight smacks heavily of borrowing from the Judgment boss fight, and it's super easy. Little Coco is the one you need to attack, while Cindy just sits there and does nothing for most of the fight, making it really boring too. And when she does attack, it's hard to stop both of them at once. Needless to say, these two fugly chicks leave much to be desired. Number 25. Oh hey look, it's Spratt, man! And that's about it for this one. Again, concept is kind of original, but the battle is pretty easy. He moves fast, but his health goes down so quickly. I'll give Hanged Man a little more credit, because it does play with perspective a bit with some actual phases, which is more than Chariot did. But it's still a very uninteresting battle, and will make you want to go and hang with your friends. I'm not sick or anything, I promise! Number 24. It's official, the first game's bosses just suck. Hermit again is a unique concept with its spider design, but once again the battle is super easy. You can just unload on the bug and he won't go anywhere near you. He does have a second phase where he blocks your attacks, but otherwise it's still too easy. Only two things put him above Hanged Man. One, I like that the battle takes place in a tunnel and that Hermit crawls around the walls, and I also like how your character can jump down that far and not hurt himself. Silly video games! Number 23. Really? A plant boss? In a zombie game, no less? Ugh, I hate this one. Sun is some kind of giant tree plant thing that will use its vines to attack you. This battle is pretty easy, but takes forever because of Sun's slow speed of attacking and his health going down by a gnat's length each time, which only serves to make the fight unnecessarily long. The dandelion bombs also strike me as really weird. The whole concept is just way too off, even for House of the Dead. It just becomes so damn dull, you'll think the actual sun has gone out. Number 22. Let's face it, the only reason these two are bosses is for the conjoined twin concept. And while it is unique, Nigel Bailey does anything in this fight aside from trying to punch you and stomp around. Oh, and he can call in a few enemies. Quite a cop-out. The flying leap attack is even kind of standard, and he only does it once, so it's no real threat. The setting is pretty nice though, and I like the idea he's a circus freak, but this kind of concept has been done better, like in Carnival for instance. The extended cut did make this battle somewhat better, with the pair being able to regain health, but it hardly saves it from being mediocre. Who would have thought the circus could be this boring? Number 21. What? A final boss? This low on the list? How can this be? Simple. Emperor is a really uninspired and annoying final boss. His most unique attacks are his blade arm and those spears, which just seem silly. Adding on to that, Emperor borrows so much from the previous bosses in a game that already reused its bosses a little too much. Plus, this thing's purpose really confuses me. The other final bosses in the game had a clear purpose, but this thing's supposed to rule over nature? Control the zombies? Control the humans? What? There's never a clear indicator for what it really is, so it remains really unmemorable. Someone overthrow this git. Number 20. This guy was my absolute bane of my short time spent playing House of the Dead 4 in arcades. I can never quite beat him because of his stupid sliding kick attack. In all seriousness, Justice is an okay first boss, not exactly stellar in terms of design. His size is the most notable feature, making him an imposing first boss. But going back to what I said earlier, this guy's way too hard to be a first boss. His head moves around way too quickly, and his hands defend it, and the aforementioned sliding kick. Save up your grenades for this one, folks, and chuck 'em in its gob! Number 19. This is basic for both a zombie game and horror stereotypes. Big guy with the massive chainsaw, as cliche as you can get. Get Jason Voorhees over here. Though, strength has a few things going for it. One, his chainsaw is almost larger than he is, which is pretty sweet. And secondly, the battle takes place in a Colosseum maze, a pretty unique spot for a battle. And it allows strength to use a number of sneak attacks, climbing over walls and smashing through them as well.
Oh yeah!
But his design is still very basic, and aside from the blame written on his chainsaw, it's pretty uninteresting. Not as strong as it could be, really. Number 18. Leave it to this damn series to have a Merlin boss in it. No, not a Mormon. This fight's pretty unique for a few reasons. First off, Hierophant's design is pretty cool, the Merman design being unique and having a pretty cool trident weapon. You can also send those annoying flying fish at you and leap at you with its trident, so you've got to keep an eye on that. The only thing that gets this boss down somewhat is the weak point in its chest, which keeps opening and closing. While this is kind of funny, it's also kind of stupid as well. Why would he have been built with that feature? And you have to fight him twice, sadly. So yeah, Hierophant makes a splash, but it leaves you feeling too damp. Number 17. Giant pus ball throwing monster. You can tell from the get-go, Lobber was designed to be a gross-out boss, but it does its job well, throwing chunks of itself, and with all those horrible boils on its body. It's got a unique weak point at its neck, but at the same time, it makes it a pretty easy fight, seeing as you can stop all of its attacks. Yeah, all 2 of them. But it's a memorable fight, the swamp setting is fun, changing locations is a nice touch, plus you get some points for the scene before it. Keep your bath bags for this one. Number 16. Normally I'm not partial to the standard big guy with a weapon type of zombie boss, but Death here has more flair than normal, with his adorable security guard getup and the skull club. You have to fight this guy twice, once in chapter 1 and the second time later on. It does play kind of standardly, but it has its share of tricky moments, like when he hides behind the walls. Plus, he pursues you for a whole level, which actually made the whole level exciting as a result. Guy even gets his own boss theme. Of course, having to fight him twice does diminish the experience some, and he is still pretty simple. Not too bad, not too good, just don't hire this guy to guard any shops in the future. Number 15. I will happily go on record by saying Fool is one of the tensest bosses in the whole series, but it's for the wrong reasons. Fool is some kind of clawed beast that fights you in a ringed cage, and you have to shoot each of its claws as it draws closer to you. It's a pretty original battle, all things considered, but after you break down its attack meter, Fool will continue towards you from the same point, making it impossible to stop him from attacking sometimes. There should be more leeway. But it's still original, and it does create some legitimate tension. Just be ready for one tough son of a battle, no fooling around. Number 14. You know what tops a giant chainsaw? A giant double-sided chainsaw! Hell yeah! So, Empress is kind of cool. Its design is definitely more interesting with its glowing red eyes and bluish hue. The boss fight is pretty unique too, taking place on a subway train as the Empress attacks you from inside and outside the train, cutting it to ribbons as your path gets less and less. It's pretty damn sweet. Only problem is, this chick is pretty easy. Her weak point is obvious, easy to hit, since she tends to flat out charge at you, except when she attacks from outside. Gears of War, your chainsaws ain't got ships on this. Number 13. Now this is how you do a giant mutant insect boss, Hermit! And it's another train-based boss too. This bug-eyed freak is a real toughie, having you shoot its claws and later its head as it slashes at you. Not to mention, this thing is fast enough to catch up with this speeding train with ease, and even surprise you by creeping into the camera. He gets a little more build-up in the extended cut, where the girls see him in creeping flesh before he runs off to catch his train. He has even more build-up in the stage, where he attacks you at random on the train. The only really bad thing is, his attacks are just slashing you with his claws, and that's it. Still, he's a fun, but buggy boss.
And now before we move on, it's time for the public service announcement of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Zombrex. If somebody you know has been bitten by a zombie recently, then please get them Zombrex so they can live one more tortuous, arduous day of pain. Now if you'd like some Zombrex, please call the number that will be appearing on screen right about now, and we can send you a Oh my god! Get away from me! Where's that bloody axe gone to? I'm so sorry. I had to. It was an accident.